The Journey of Hannah, Part 1. Hannah was a quiet and kind girl who lived in a small village near the mountains. Her house was simple, with white walls and a red roof. Every morning, she opened her window and looked at the tall green mountains in the distance. She loved her village because it was peaceful and full of friendly people. Hannah lived with her grandmother. Her parents worked in another city, so they visited only on weekends. Hannah did not mind. She loved her grandmother very much. She helped her with cooking, gardening, and cleaning the house. Her grandmother always said, "Hannah, you have a good heart. Good things will come to you." Every day after school, Hannah walked to the village library. It was a small building made of wood and stone. Not many children visited the library, but Hannah loved reading simple English books. She wanted to improve her English because she dreamed of traveling one day. She often sat near the window with a book and listened to the birds outside. One sunny afternoon, something strange happened. Hannah was walking home from the library when she saw a small, shiny object on the ground. It was half buried in the dirt near a big old tree. She stopped and looked closely. It was a small golden key, very old, very beautiful. She picked it up and turned it in her hand. It had tiny shapes engraved on it, stars, moons, and little flowers. "What is this?" Hannah whispered. She had never seen anything like it in her village. She put the key in her pocket and continued walking home. But something felt different. The wind became stronger. The birds became quiet. And Hannah felt as if someone or something was watching her. When she got home, her grandmother was sitting outside watering the plants. "You're late today, Hannah," her grandmother said gently. "I found something," Hannah answered. She showed her the key. Her grandmother's eyes widened. She stopped moving. "Where did you find this?" "Beside the old tree near the library." "Why?" Her grandmother took a deep breath and held the key carefully. "This is not an ordinary key, Hannah. Your grandfather told me stories about it. He said the key belongs to something hidden, something ancient." Hannah felt a small chill run down her arms. "Hidden? What do you mean?" Her grandmother looked at the mountains. A long time ago, people believed there was a secret place in the mountains, a place only the chosen person could enter. The key might open the gate. Hannah didn't know what to say. Her grandmother smiled softly. "Do not worry, my dear. It is just an old story. Maybe the key is only a decoration." But Hannah wasn't sure. She could feel something strange in her pocket, like a warm pulse coming from the key. That night, Hannah could not sleep. She kept looking at the key under the moonlight. It almost looked like it was glowing. She opened her window to feel the fresh night air. The village was quiet, only the sound of crickets and the soft wind. Suddenly, she heard a whisper. "Hannah." She froze. "Who's there?" she whispered back. Again, the soft voice came. "Hannah, the mountains, come." Her heart started beating fast. She looked outside but saw nothing. She closed the window quickly and went to bed, but she could not forget the voice. Was it real, or was she imagining things? The next morning, Hannah went to school, but she couldn't focus. During lunch break, she sat alone under a tree. She took out the key and looked at it. It was warm again. Her friend, Sarah, came and sat next to her. "What is that? It looks pretty." Hannah told her the whole story, the key, the strange silence, the story her grandmother told, and the whisper at night. Sarah listened carefully. Then she said, "Maybe you should go check the place, the mountains." "What? Alone? I can't do that." Sarah shook her head. "You're not alone. I'll come with you. It sounds exciting, like an adventure." Hannah wasn't sure. She was scared, but curious. She wanted to know the truth. After school, they walked to the old tree where Hannah found the key. The area felt different again, quiet, too quiet. Sarah said, "Let's go a little further." They walked toward the mountains. The trees became taller and the air became cooler. Birds flew away when they passed. The sky slowly turned gray. Then they saw it. A large stone arch hidden between two tall rocks. It looked ancient, covered in moss and vines, and in the center of the arch was a tiny hole, exactly the shape of Hannah's key. Hannah's heart began to race. "Hannah," Sarah whispered, "I think this is it." Hannah stood in front of the arch. Her hand was shaking. She slowly lifted the golden key toward the keyhole. But before she touched it, the ground began to shake. The wind blew hard. The trees rustled loudly. The key grew warmer and warmer in her hand. Sarah took a step back. "Hannah, maybe we should run." Hannah took a deep breath. She closed her eyes, and she pushed the key into the hole. A bright golden light exploded from the archway. Hannah screamed. Sarah covered her eyes, and suddenly, everything went silent. Completely silent. Hannah opened her eyes slowly. The arch was glowing. A doorway of pure light appeared, and from inside the light, a shadow of something moved. Something big. Something unknown. Hannah whispered softly, "What have I done?"
Part 2. The Surprise in the Park. The next morning, Emma woke up early. She felt excited because the day was sunny and bright. Emma wanted to visit the park again. She wanted to see the small dog she met yesterday. Maybe the dog was still there. Emma ate her breakfast and left the house. She walked down the street with a happy smile. Birds were singing in the trees. The air felt fresh and warm. Emma liked mornings like this. When she arrived at the park, she looked around. The park was quiet and calm. Children were not there yet. The grass was clean and green, but she did not see the little dog. Emma walked near the big oak tree. She checked behind the benches. She looked around the small fountain, but the dog was nowhere. Emma felt a little sad. Suddenly, she heard a soft bark. It was a small sound, like a whisper. Emma turned her head quickly. She looked behind a bush, and there he was. The little white dog was hiding. His red ribbon was shining in the sunlight. He looked shy, but happy to see her. Emma walked slowly toward him. She did not want to scare him. "Hello again," Emma said with a soft voice. The dog wagged his tail gently. He stepped closer to her feet. Emma smiled with joy. She felt warm inside. Emma sat on the grass. The dog came and sat next to her. He leaned his head on her leg. Emma touched his soft fur. The dog closed his eyes peacefully. She wanted to know his name. She checked his red ribbon carefully. There was a tiny tag on it. The tag had only one word: Lucky. Emma whispered, "So your name is Lucky." The dog barked happily. It felt like he liked his name. Emma laughed softly. She liked saying Lucky. Emma spent a long time with Lucky. They played with a small stick. Lucky ran in circles around her. Emma clapped and laughed loudly. They both had a wonderful time. But then Emma heard a voice. It was a man calling, "Lucky, Lucky." Emma looked up. A tall man was walking toward them. He looked worried. The man reached them quickly. He looked at Emma and smiled. "Oh, you found my dog," he said. "I was looking for him everywhere." Emma felt a little surprised. Lucky ran to the man happily. The man patted Lucky's head. He thanked Emma many times. Emma stood up slowly. She felt happy, but also a little sad. The man said, "My name is Mr. Hill." He explained that Lucky likes to run away. He said Lucky is friendly with kind people. Emma listened politely. She felt shy, but proud. Mr. Hill thanked her again. He held Lucky in his arms. Then he began to walk away. Emma waved goodbye. Lucky barked softly, as if saying, "See you soon." Emma stood in the park alone. The sun was still warm, but she felt a small, empty space in her heart. She hoped she could see Lucky again. She whispered, "Goodbye, Lucky." And then Emma walked home slowly.
Part 3. A day full of questions. That afternoon, Emma could not stop thinking about Lucky. She sat in her room and looked out the window. The sky was clear and blue, but Emma's mind was full of questions. She wondered if Lucky was safe at home. Emma opened her notebook. She liked writing her thoughts inside it. She wrote, "I met a dog. His name is Lucky." Then she wrote, "I hope I see him again." Writing made her feel calm. Later, Emma went to the kitchen. Her mother was cooking lunch. The smell of warm soup filled the room. Her mother looked at her and smiled. "Are you okay, Emma?" she asked gently. Emma
nodded slowly. "Yes, I'm fine," she said. But her mother knew she was thinking about something. "Do you want to talk about it?" she asked. Emma took a deep breath. "I met a small dog in the park. He was very cute and friendly." Emma told her mother everything, how Lucky looked and how she played with him. Her mother listened carefully. She smiled and said, "That sounds wonderful, Emma." Her mother touched her shoulder softly. "But remember, he has an owner." Emma knew that, but she still felt a little sad. She wanted to see Lucky again. She did not know if that would happen. Sometimes life felt confusing. After lunch, Emma decided to take a walk. She wanted fresh air. She walked along the quiet street. Cars passed slowly. People walked with shopping bags. Emma reached the small bakery. The smell of fresh bread filled the air. She stood for a moment and watched people buy pastries. She liked the warm feeling of the bakery. It reminded her of happy mornings. Then she walked past the flower shop. Colorful flowers were everywhere. Red roses, yellow tulips, and white lilies. Emma stopped to smell the gentle scent. It made her smile a little. When she reached the corner of the street, she saw someone familiar. It was Mr. Hill, the man from the park. He was holding a small bag of dog food. Emma felt her heart beat faster. Mr. Hill noticed her and smiled kindly. "Oh, hello, Emma," he said. "Lucky is at home now. He is resting." Emma smiled shyly. "That's good," she said softly. Mr. Hill looked thoughtful. He said, "Lucky seems to like you a lot." Emma felt surprised. "Really?" she asked. Mr. Hill nodded. "He was looking for you this morning. He went to the door many times." Emma felt warm inside. She didn't expect that. She felt happy again. Mr. Hill then asked her, "Would you like to visit Lucky sometime?" Emma's eyes grew wide. "Yes," she said quickly, "I would love to." Mr. Hill laughed gently. "Maybe tomorrow afternoon?" he suggested. Emma nodded excitedly. "That would be perfect," she said. She could not stop smiling. They said goodbye. Emma walked home with light steps. She felt a new energy inside her. The day suddenly became brighter. She wanted tomorrow to come quickly. At home, Emma wrote in her notebook again. She wrote, "I can visit Lucky tomorrow," and she added a small heart next to the sentence. Emma felt peaceful. She was ready for a new day. The next day was very special for Emma. She woke up earlier than usual. The sun was soft and the air was cool. Emma looked at her calendar. She drew a small circle around today's date. It was the day she would visit Lucky. Emma put on her favorite sweater.
She brushed her hair carefully. Then she prepared a small bag. She put inside it a bottle of water and a small toy ball for Lucky. Before she left, her mother smiled at her. "Have a good time, Emma," she said. Emma nodded with excitement. Her heart was beating fast. She felt both nervous and happy. Emma walked to Mr. Hill's house. It was only a short walk away. The house had a small garden with colorful flowers. A little wooden fence stood around it. Everything looked peaceful. Emma knocked on the door gently. Mr. Hill opened the door with a warm smile. "Good afternoon, Emma," he said. "Lucky is waiting for you." Emma stepped inside shyly. Lucky ran toward her immediately. His tail wagged fast and happy. He jumped around her feet. Emma laughed out loud. She felt joy fill her heart. Mr. Hill invited her to sit in the living room. The room was bright and cozy. There was a soft carpet on the floor. Lucky sat next to Emma, still excited. Emma petted his soft fur gently. Mr. Hill said, "Lucky really likes you." Emma smiled. "I like him too," she said quietly. The room felt warm and comfortable. Emma felt welcomed and safe. They played with the small ball Emma brought. Lucky chased it happily. He brought it back every time. Emma clapped and laughed. Lucky barked proudly. After playing, they all went to the backyard. The backyard was big and green. There were tall trees and small flowers. A wooden bench stood under a large tree. Emma and Mr. Hill sat there. Mr. Hill looked thoughtful. He said, "Emma, I want to tell you something." Emma listened carefully. Her hands rested on her knees. Lucky sat between them quietly. Mr. Hill said, "I work many hours every day. I am alone, and Lucky gets lonely." Emma looked at Lucky, who lowered his head softly. Her heart felt warm and heavy at the same time. Mr. Hill continued, "I can see how much Lucky loves you, and I can see how happy you are with him." He took a slow breath, then he said something surprising. "Emma, would you like to take care of Lucky?" Emma froze for a moment. She blinked many times. She wasn't sure she heard correctly. Take care of Lucky?" she repeated quietly. Mr. Hill nodded with a gentle smile. "Yes, I think you are the perfect friend for him. You can give him the time and love he needs." Emma felt her eyes warm. She felt happiness touch her heart deeply. She whispered, "Yes, I would love to." Lucky barked happily as if he understood. He jumped into Emma's arms. Emma hugged him tightly. She felt safe and complete. Mr. Hill smiled widely. "I know you will take good care of him." Emma thanked him many times. She felt grateful and proud. It was a big moment in her life. Emma walked home with Lucky by her side. The afternoon sun shone softly on the street. Lucky walked happily, his red ribbon shining. Emma felt like her world was brighter. She felt like something new had begun. When they arrived home, Emma's mother opened the door with surprise. Emma told her everything. Her mother listened, then smiled warmly. "You have a big heart, Emma," she said. Lucky explored the house slowly. He sniffed every corner. He wagged his tail happily. Emma watched him with love. This was his new home now. That evening, Emma wrote in her notebook. She wrote, "Today is a new beginning." She added, "Lucky is my friend now." Then she drew a small heart around his name. Emma felt peaceful and proud. Before sleep, Lucky curled up next to her. His breathing was soft and calm. Emma closed her eyes gently. She felt warm, safe, and happy. It was the perfect ending to a beautiful story, and also the perfect beginning of a new friendship that would last forever.